WI Black here. I have another one of my musings for you today. This one's entitled, Considering Comfort in a Storm. I hope you enjoy. It was a night like many others. The rain tapped on the tin roof like the little dancers, setting the mood for what would most certainly be another somber evening. The radio had just finished playing one of my favorite jazz tracks. I can never remember their names. With so many things sounding alike, how can anyone be expected to keep up with them? So many details. I hear the sound of dead air, and for a moment I get lost. My mind likes to wonder when the music stops and there are no more barriers to keep the thoughts away. I wonder about life, reason, morality, mortality, and just about anything else that would preoccupy a sane person considering insanity. The universe is roughly the size of infinity, and I am just an adverb in a sentence, briefly unnecessary. I suppose it isn't all bad. I have my health, but we're all dying, so I guess that doesn't really matter. My thoughts, that I'd gladly return a penny just so they wouldn't know them, straddle a fine line between my desire for understanding and prayer for complete idiocy. Despite my mental limitations being duly noted, I still strive to comprehend a meaning for life and my purpose for being here. How could one not? Pain and pleasure can't be the only things life is meant for. What of morality? Is right and wrong fictional, based off of social standards, or dictated by a being we cannot begin to fathom? Who is to say? It is like the world is a cosmic joke and we're the punchline. This desire for revelation has caused me considerable angst. How many nights can one stare into the void of space and feel the ever-present nagging of a celestial yearning? I hear a click and then static. A second later, another jazz tune begins. I guess they must have finally fixed their channel. The song is played by a troika, piano, bass, and drums. Those are my favorite. Simple and to the point, yet elaborate enough to convey beauty. Why have extraneous anything? An orchestra might be pleasing to some, but I don't understand the fascination. I get bogged down in the details, just like other areas of life. Suppose that is why a three-piece is acceptable to me. How the drummer keeps a rhythm, the bassist walking up and down the fretboard creating a foundation, the pianist weaving harmony and melody to create a fantastic soundscape which I can get to lose myself but a moment. The music stops again. The orchestra in my head has just finished tuning and the same old song begins anew. I've often wondered how the world would have been had I not been born. Oh, people say how they would miss you when you're gone, but had they not known you, then would it have never mattered? How could it? Are not our perceptions of the world based off of experiences that we have had mingled with the experiences of others, and amalgamations of self and others to create a unique being, capable of all sorts of glorious depravity? The thought is rather striking, though. What if I were never born? It is another unfathomable thing. I attempt to perceive it, and the only thing I can visualize is complete soundless darkness, but that wouldn't be accurate. To never exist is unthinkable. You can't be a being and think about unbeing, but that's how it goes. I don't know why, but I find the thought comforting. Just like the three-piece, it is short and to the point. No more anxiety over sleeping in and being late for work. No more worrying about my power being shut off. No more fear of saying the wrong thing to the wrong person and having to de-escalate a situation before it can reach code hell. What is not comforting is the thought of after death. I mean, I'm already here in life. No going back to the beginning or dropping out of the game completely. Gotta see it to the end one way or another, but the result is all the same. We are shepherded through the veil. Will there be those valleys of gold flowing in the distance beyond sight, or will I be an ingredient in an eternal soup of misery? Maybe it will be like not being ever born. How comforting. Everyone has their opinions, but what is truth? Truth is something that can't be known until it is known, but how do we know when we know it? Eureka. A bright flash of lightning followed by the rolling thunder startles me as I finish the thought. That must be why the radio is acting up. Still no music, and I am no closer to figuring out the mysteries of the universe, but my coffee has grown cold, and I should get another cup. Steady hands pour, and the aroma comforts me. I honestly don't care what region the beans come from as long as they create this black gold when I brew them. It's like a nectar of life, a veritable magic potion to cure all that ails you. I resettle myself on the bed, careful not to splash the heavenly brew. As I wait for the radio to start back up, stealing sips in between blowing on the hot liquid, my mind continues on its journey for realization. What do I really want out of life? I've asked myself this many times, and the answer eludes me. I know I do not want something like fame, so like so many ostentatious narcissists, nor riches, what would fell even the worst greed-stricken wretch. I feel like the answer will be very simple, or at least I hope, for I keep getting older and older, but never finding out. Another sip calms my nerves for a moment as I'm transported to Colombia. Or was it Ethiopia? I shrug. It doesn't matter anyway, since I drink it all. The music starts again, this time as a guitar soloist. How adept all jazz players are, the simple complexity of it all. Astounding is every note that needn't be played. Frowning for a moment, I consider the thought that all those notes can be considered extraneous like the many pieces of an orchestra. I shrug, sip again, and chuckle. What a fool I am. When it comes down to it, I believe I just want something that makes me comfortable like this coffee or a three-piece jazz ensemble, but only with a pianist, drummer, and bassist, with the thought of never having been born. Comfort is such a difficult thing to come by in this world. As soon as we have it, fate can snatch it from us with not a whisper to its whereabouts. Comfort is what I seek to soothe my soul, ease my mind, erase the grief of my heart, and cause me to smile. The dancers on my roof continue as the jazz keeps playing. I take another sip, nod my head, and smile. Maybe one day I will always have comfort. Be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment. Thank you again. Until next time.